You are now listening to the Jay Porks Experience. Listen free on iTunes or at theandydareshow.com. Now, here's Jay.
It's the Andy Dare Show. No, it's not. It's actually the Jay Porks Experience, come to you live from Staten Island, New York. Let me tell you a little bit about who I am. Again, my name is Jay Porks. I contribute to a website called ConcertConfessions.com. The main focus there is live music news and reviews for fans by fans. Basically taking the role of a journalist and putting it in the hands of somebody who actually enjoys music and not somebody who gets paid for a living and has deadlines and all that boring journalistic newspaper mumbo jumbo. I would first of all like to thank Andy for the opportunity to be able to host my own podcast. I've got tons of shit to complain about. You have no idea. I spend my days working in a restaurant that I hate, serving people that I hate, for people that I hate, making fucking shit money, and it sucks balls. So the few times I get to go to a concert and enjoy live music, I like to share it with you in words, photos, and videos at ConcertConfessions.com. Also at jporks.com. That's my own personal website. You can get me on Twitter at jporks. And I also work for a band you may have heard of, I hope you've heard of, the Meat Puppets. That's right, folks. The Desert Punks are still together. They just put out a sensational record this year called Rat Farm. It's their 14th studio effort. It is amazing. I work for them in terms of social media. I do their Facebook, I do their Twitter, and I update the tour page on their website. So if there's any mistakes about like show times, like, oh, it says 7 o'clock and you guys aren't going on till 9, again, at jporks, and you can complain to me about that. That is all my fault. Sorry about that. But you can find them at themeatpuppets.com and at themeatpuppets on Twitter. Remember the, because meatpuppets.com was taken, so it's themeatpuppets.com. And you can buy all sorts of stuff there. They have the vinyl packages with t-shirts and stuff. I'm gonna get myself a t-shirt. Perks of the job, you don't get free stuff. I just get into free shows, and I get to hang out with rock stars. But I'm gonna get myself a shirt and probably some vinyl. That's what I should do. I'm gonna go to their web store, themeatpuppets.com/store or shop. Just go there. Anyway, what I'm going to be bringing to you weekly, hopefully weekly, like if this program ends up working and I have time to do this, I'm going to just explain to you, maybe I go to a show that week and we get in depth into that, or I'm just scrolling Twitter and I see some annoying pompous music websites with their stupid freaking headlines about their stupid made up indie rock bands, that pretentious bullcrap. I don't even know who the Boards of Canada are. I know I've never listened to them. I've never heard a track. I just don't know who they are. I'm sorry. I'm more traditional. I'm a 90s guy, much like Andy. I like a lot of that Seattle stuff, that 90s, quote-unquote grunge, the invented genre, the invented music genre, the genreization of music. That is the downfall. I like other bands too. I like some metal. I like Ghost. I'm not calling them Ghost BC. I will never. They released an awesome album this year called Infestasumthium. You should invest in it. And they're awesome. They're a doom metal band from Sweden. I don't get the metal. I wouldn't call them metal. They're dark. They're satanic. But they're not metal. That's just my opinion. But like I like to say, when you talk to people and you notice they haven't heard of any bands that you've heard of, and you haven't heard of any bands they've heard of, it's just everybody in their own world is just in their own little musical corner. They're making their own discoveries. Like, I've known about bands like the Meat Puppets, and maybe you haven't, but maybe you find them tomorrow, and then maybe you become an expert. But right now you're not, and I mention it, and you say, oh, who are the Meat Puppets, and then you go back and you do a little Wikipedia search, and then you have a slight bit more respect for me. let's see. Concert Confessions, The Meat Puppet. Also, okay, when I get up early enough in the morning, I get to write for Annie Quiet. AnnieQuiet.com. Those are the big boys. Now I have to watch my grammar and stuff, and I have to be very careful not to post stuff that's not factual, and I have to make sure that I beat everybody to the punch. But they're a very cool website. They do tons of cool stuff. I mean, you should go check that out. AnnieQuiet.com. That's anti-quiet, like instead of quiet, anti-quiet, like spelled exactly like that. And it's run by a lot of smart people. And I got to give another test shout out. This is a pilot episode. I'm not really sure if Andy's gonna cut this up for me and edit it and whatnot, but if he does, this is me telling you about me. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for a guy by the name of Reverend Justito out in Santa Monica, California, who started ConcertConfessions.com and invited me into his family of musical knowledge. And it's just, since then, I've thought, hey, maybe I can write about music, and just because I don't have any sort of degrees and I've never passed a journalism class, you know, in this age we're in 2013, it really doesn't matter. And fuck Rolling Stone for that article with the annoying concert behaviors. When I record video at a concert, I keep my camera chest level and I don't bother a fucking soul. So I'm sick of all these people saying, you should enjoy the concert. You paying attention to me allegedly not enjoying the concert is causing you not to enjoy the concert. So why don't you just turn the fuck around and watch the band you love, just like I am. The only difference between me and you is that every day for the rest of my life, I'm going to get to relive that moment when I watch it on YouTube after I upload it. If my internet doesn't give me any problems, I will rant about that in the future as well. During the day, I'm a waiter. And yeah, it fucking sucks. Kids, stay in school. Do me a favor. That's what I have to say to you. So it's ConcertConfessions.com, TheMeatPuppets.com. Go to AnnieQuiet.com. You see the little J Porks in the byline, you just know that I'm proud of myself, and I'm patting myself on the back tons of times. Sorry there, I got cut off. I got cut off because my headphones unplugged. It's my first day. Don't fire me yet. Anyway, I got the Violent Femmes in Central Park. It's their first... No, it's their only East Coast scheduled tour date at the moment, and they haven't toured in like decades. And actually, right after reuniting, Victor DiLorenzo, their drummer, left. He's left the band like a week and no shows into the reunion. He's left the band, and he's been replaced by Brian Viglione of the Dresden Dolls. So, excuse me, that'll be quite interesting to see what happens. And I also have, so I got that on September 12th. It's Thursday, this coming Thursday. I gotta hit that after work. It's gonna be fairly long night for me, but it's fun. I like Central Park because shows end at 10. And I know that sounds like, oh, why do you want your show to end early? I don't want my show to end early, but they're gonna play 2 hours of material. I'm happy with that. I gotta get home. I don't have a car. Sorry. This is New York City. You can't afford to be waiting for a ferry at 12:30 at night with bums staring me down, checking out how fat my wallet is, because I make that $1.81 an hour after taxes. But anyway, as for shows after that, I have a scheduling conflict. I could go see Fountains of Wayne with Soul Asylum and Evan Dando of the Lemonheads at Webster Hall, October 5th. Or I can see Local H at Santos House Party, also October 5th. I have to choose one. Now, with Local H, it's Brian St. Clair's last time around. Their drummer is leaving, and he's a powerful drummer, man. He's Grolian. He's one of the few drummers that I've seen that I've been deafened by for days at a time. Days. I mean, he's just doing stuff over there, and he's getting better. I don't know why he's giving it up, but it's a mutual parting. It's not like there's no bad blood or anything. So, I mean, that show might be memorable because they might bust out a whole bunch of rarities and stuff, you know? It's their last go-around. It's their last, like, 5 shows together. And a buddy who writes for Concert Confessions, Slugger A, is coming up with her friend to New York City to see the show because they live, I think it's Delaware, and they're huge Local H fans, but Local H isn't playing down there. They're not playing Washington or Maryland or West Virginia or anywhere where they can get to. So they just said fuck it. They're gonna come to the big city, so I can hang with some peeps, some intellectual peeps who I do business with at concertconfessions.com, who I know are not idiots like the idiots I'm surrounded by on Staten Island every single day. The Walking Dead, everyone's sniffing fucking Percocets and shooting heroin. Popular kids in school are shooting heroin. So I could basically hang out with girls and see an awesome Local H show. Or I can go see 3 bands, one of which, Dave Pierner of Soul Asylum, loves the Meat Puppets. There's video of him singing Rocket Man with the Meat Puppets on YouTube during one of the Meat Puppets shows. About a year and a half ago, I think, 2 years ago maybe. Wish I was at that gig. Anyway, during the encore they did Rocket Man. It was awesome. And he may or may not like the Meat Puppets so much where he may or may not tell his press guys to allow me to have a photo pass, which would give me great camera angles. I mean, check out some of my videos from the Toadies at Webster Hall on Concert Confessions, and you can look it up on my YouTube channel. Jay Porks, of course, Jayporks. Everything with me is Jay Porks. You will find that out. Jayporks. Instagram, Twitter, Google, whatever. Yeah. So I got that, and then I got my buddies, the Meat Puppets, coming by October 12th. Coming to see me at the Brooklyn Bowl in Williamsburg, in the Berg, Hipsterville. They're coming to see me. No, they're not coming to see me. They're coming to play, and I'm going to see them. And that's going to be freaking off the charts because Brooklyn Bowl is an amazing venue. They've got one opened in Vegas, and they're also opening one in London. It's a bowling alley equipped with a stage that they have live concerts happening while people are bowling. And at the end of each bowling alley, there's a TV screen that's either showing movies or the concert that's happening at the current time. I've seen Dinosaur Jr. there. I also saw Modest Yahoo there. It's freaking incredible. They have a Blue Ribbon Kitchen, and they have Brooklyn Lager on tap. Amazing. I mean, the only thing that sucks is that it's in Williamsburg. I don't have to dodge 50 people on bicycles, dumpster diving to get there, and I'll probably get home at like 4 in the morning, but it's okay. After all these shows I'm talking about, I will be sharing them with you at concertconfessions.com, and I will repeat that. Live music news and reviews for fans by fans. I wish you would join us. And about that October 5th, I was talking Local H. I kind of got mixed up there, but let me go back. Local H with Brian's Last Run, or Fountains of Wayne, Soul Asylum, and Evan Dando on the same night. Which one should I go to? You let me know. Tweet at me, at JPorks. Or comment on this or something, or find me on Instagram. But either way, so basically what this podcast is going to be about is me sharing with you past and present, and hopefully future concert experiences. In my taking you take a walk in my shoes. I'm also gonna talk topically about music. I'm gonna talk a lot about the Meat Puppets, and I am gonna rant about being a waiter because I hate my job. I wasn't kidding earlier before I got cut off by my mic. Kids, stay in school. Do not serve food for a living. People tell you it could be worse. It could, but you'd have to be shooting Thorazine straight into my eyeballs. That's all I'm saying. So we got that. I actually have notes. I'm looking at my notes. Yeah, but we did everything. I mean, besides 9 Inch Nails for some reason still being a thing. But I really didn't want to jump into this in the pilot episode, but for some reason 9 Inch Nails is still a thing. The guys who have like 3 or 4 good songs, and it basically sounds like random machines working in a hollow factory, I mean, if you like that industrial stuff, that's cool. But they're all over this. They're still a thing. I think that's cute in 2013. I saw them a couple of years ago with Jane's Addiction. Before they rebooted. I saw them, and it was basically Trent Reznor with a noise making machine. I don't know how that's different from the people ODing on Molly's and EDM shows. EDM is something I really hate. EDM I hate almost as much as Pearl Jam, but I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate mail, but I really don't care. That's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I don't care. So, again, ContentConfessions.com, live music news and reviews for fans by fans. You could also go to Antiquiet.com, and they got a whole bunch of cool shit going on there. It's freaking incredible. I also want you to hit me on Twitter and tell me which show I should see on October 5th. Price is not an issue. It's the possibility of a photo pass at Fountains of Wayne with Stacy's Mom, Radiation Vibe, and Soul Asylum with Runaway Train, and Evan Dando with the Lemonheads, and oh my, I love Evan Dando, and I love the fucking Lemonheads. I have a man crush on Evan Dando's music, I swear. Into Your Arms I can go. But, or Local H. Local H is like the second or third band besides the Meat Puppets that I would freaking see, that I would die for. I would not die for, but, see every time I can get to see them. And they're playing on the same night, October 5th, so hit me up on Twitter, at JQuirk, to let me know. And, that's it. Again, I'd like to thank Andy Deer for letting me come on with my hilarious accent, as he put it. I have an hilarious accent, but he's from Chicago. Chicago. The Bears. Nah, I'm not gonna make fun of the boss on the first day. But I haven't come up with a witty enough signing off greeting yet. So I'm gonna steal Keith Olbermann's, and I'm just gonna say good night and good luck and thank you. And long live the Meat Puppets. Wait.
This has been the Jay Porks Experience. Thank you so much for listening.